The first verse we will be looking at is Genesis 18:19, which in the Hebrew reads, Ki yeda'ativ lema'an asher yetzaveh et banav ve'et beto acharav v'shamru derech Yahweh le'asot tzedakah u'mishpat. The King James Version of the Bible translates this verse as, For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment. We will be examining many of the words within this verse, provide their Hebraic understanding, and in turn, learn the concrete meanings of each of them. The first word we are going to examine is the word know. If we have met another person, we would say, I know him. But the Hebrew word translated as know is not a casual knowledge of another, but an intimate knowledge. This is the verb yada in its ancient pictographic script. When we look at the use of this word in Genesis 4 verse 1, we can understand the depth of intimacy this word implies. And the man knew his wife Eve, and she conceived. The parent root of this verb is da. The first letter is a picture of a door, and the second letter is a picture of an eye. Together these letters mean the door of the eye. Only someone you intimately know can you get close to and look into their eyes, the door into their soul. A more precise meaning of this word is to intimately and completely know. The Hebrew word behind command is the verb tzava. The first letter in this word is the tzade, and is a picture of a trail, our first glimpse of the concrete nature of this word. Instead of seeing the definition of the verb tzava as the abstract command, a more concrete Hebraic definition is to provide directions for the trail, as we can see in the following verse. And we journeyed from Horeb, just as Yahweh our God directed us. A very common noun derived out of the verb tzava is mitzvah, often translated as commandment, but would more Hebraically be defined as direction for the trail. And it will be righteousness for us if we are careful to follow all these directions in front of Yahweh our God. We often equate the word keep with obey, such as when we find this word in Deuteronomy 29 verse 9. Keep the words of this covenant. In contrast, we see the word break to mean disobey, such as in Deuteronomy 31:16. And they will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. The Hebrew verb parar does mean break, but in a more concrete sense of trampling underfoot. The verb shamar, often translated as keep, means to preserve, guard, protect. In regards to the covenant, these words are not about obedience or disobedience, but one's actions toward the covenant. Will we take the covenant, throw it on the ground, and trample on it, or will we hold it close and protect it? When we look at the word shamar from a concrete perspective in relation to a trail, it is about preserving or maintaining the trail. Once a trail is established, how is it maintained? By walking in it. A trail that is constantly used will be preserved, while a trail in disuse will eventually disappear. How do we maintain the trail of Yahweh? By walking in it. And we can see this concrete imagery clearly in the King James Version translation of Exodus 18 verse 20. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt shew them the way wherein they must walk, and the work they must do.